All right, we are down to 4 days until my book comes out. And what we've been doing this week is using subject matter from the book to talk about what's going on in the real world. This is not content from the book, it's principles from the book applied today. And one of the things that I want to talk about is how to build real opposition to Donald Trump. Earlier this week, we did a segment about what would it take for Americans to really be out in the streets. And now I want to talk about opposition. For years, the Democratic Party has been running campaigns as if they're competing sort of in a debate club, while the Republican Party is waging total war. And maybe it's a brutal truth. The truth is that Republicans have been winning that war. And despite pushing unpopular policy, they continue to win. And so we should be asking, why do they continue to win despite pushing unpopular policy? And the answer is because it's not about policy at all. Republicans have mastered the art of distraction. They don't run on fixing healthcare or improving wages or making life better for voters. They manufacture outrage, drag shows, gas stoves, pronouns, anything to keep voters angry at an imaginary threat while they loot the system. This is a deliberate strategy. It's a necessary strategy for them because they don't really have a governing vision. They have a commitment to maintaining power. That's all they have. And for a very long time, Democrats have been trying to counter with white papers and fact checks, and it's just not going to cut it. So here are the steps as I see them. Number one, call out the scam loudly and relentlessly. Every Democrat running against a Republican should be hammering the very simple message. They are offering you nothing. There is no Republican health care plan. There is no jobs program. There is no solution for expensive rent. They don't even pretend to care about you. They are distracting you with culture wars. That's step one. Step two, the message discipline has to be dealt with. The left must stay on message. The meandering about bipartisanship or technocratic solutions, voters don't need a 5-point policy brief. They need simple, clear takeaways. Republicans are using government to enrich themselves while they lie to you about why your life isn't getting better. That's why you're angry at imaginary Marxists. That's why you're angry at supposed immigrants taking your job. Okay, that's step two. Step three, go after their weakest spots. The Republican brand is built on strength and dominance. They attack immigrants. They attack LGBT people. They attack woke corporations. It's all about projecting an image of power. But the truth, as we've talked about, is Trump and the modern Republican Party are weak and corrupt. Trump himself is the epitome of the beta male they claim to hate. They are the elites that they pretend to be fighting against, the country club whatevers. We should be exposing that at every turn. They yell about cancel culture, but Trump wants to ban books and criminalize speech and impeach judges who make decisions he doesn't like. They say that they are tough on crime, but they defend insurrectionists, pardon insurrectionists, defend and pardon corporate criminals. They claim to be against the elites, but their whole economic agenda is cut taxes for billionaires, cut taxes for corporations. So that is step three. Step four, and this one's tough, you got to get out of the bubble and you've got to talk to voters where they are because a lot of left-wing activism is online. Republicans are in churches and gun shows and on college campuses and at small businesses. Democrats need to be everywhere. Local events, community centers, schools, workplaces. The right's biggest advantage is they talk to voters in places where people aren't necessarily politically aligned already. This includes, from a media ecosystem standpoint, non-political shows, right? Nelk Boys and all of these hangout shows. We talked about it before. And step five is stop playing defense. Make them defend their failures. Democrats have been on defense for a very long time. It's time to put the Republicans on defense for what they've done to working class Americans. Stagnant wages, Republicans fight against raising the minimum wage. Healthcare too expensive, they tried to kill Obamacare and put in a replacement that would have cut healthcare from 20 to 30 million people. Your rent is through the roof. They side with landlords over tenants every single time. And so step five is, instead of letting them set the narrative, we have to force them to answer for the destruction that they've caused. When they go men and women's sports. We have no idea what to do. They're setting the agenda. There needs to be a clear response. Hey, you know what? We can talk about that. The truth is, almost no one is trans. And out of trans people, a tiny percentage are involved in sports where this is even a concern. Do I hear your concern about your 15-year-old daughter and soccer? Sure, let's talk about that. But understand that they want you obsessed with that so that you ignore what's been happening with wages, how they defer to corporate and wealthy power, and all of that other stuff. Are Democrats ready to do this? I don't know. But these tactics are an entire chapter in my book, The Echo Machine. I would love for you to get the book. The book is out in 4 days. Get it anywhere books, audiobooks, and ebooks are sold. And some limited signed copies are left at davidpakman.com/booksmith. I have a book coming out. I've spent a long time working on this. I couldn't be more excited to share it with you. It is called The Echo Machine, and it answers a crucial question. How did American politics get so broken? And just as importantly, how do we fight back effectively before it's too late? Trump back in the White House, damage piling up, an administration filled with extremists and loyalists, attacks on democratic institutions, policies hurting working people. If you've felt like you're screaming into the void and watching democracy slip away, my book, The Echo Machine, will help you make sense of what's happening and also give you an idea of what we can do about it. Go to davidpakman.com/echo or find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, I'd like David Pakman's The Echo Machine from Beacon Press. Pre-orders make a huge difference. Please support the book at davidpakman.com/echo.